Hello students, today we are going to start chapter number 12 and 13 of class 7, subject English 2. Chapter 12, adverbs and 13, prepositions. Okay, now first, an adverb is a word that modifies the meaning of a verb, an adjective or another adverb expressing manner, place, time or degree. Example, gently, here, now, very. Thus, adverb can be of the following types: adverb of manner, adverb of place, adverb of time, adverb of frequency, adverb of degrees. Slowly, bravely, carefully, simply, quite, then, here, up, near, yesterday, tomorrow, not yet, now, yet, still, never, always, often, once, twice, very, quite, rather, fairly, hardly. Exercise 1. Underline the adverb in the following sentence and name the verb with which it is used. So, first one, he crept quietly from the room and closed the door noisily. So, adverb is quietly and noisily, and these are the adverbs, and these are the verbs used are, this is the verb and this is also the verb. Creep is used for quietly and close is used for noisily. Second, he went late and came back early. Late and early are the adverbs. Went and come are the verbs. Third, in life one goes up or else one goes down, for there is no standing still. Up, down, still. Up, down, still. These are adverbs. And the verbs used are goes, is, standing. Fourth, we are here today and will leave tomorrow. Today, here, tomorrow. Today, here, tomorrow are the adverbs. And are, will leave are verbs. On in the snow, sadly and wearily the soldier goes. Sadly and wearily are the adverbs. Go is the verb. Next, sixth one. Formerly I liked him well, but now I cordially detest him. Well and cordially are the adverbs. Liked and detest is the verb. Seventh one. Do come and see us soon. You so seldom visit us nowadays. Soon and nowadays is a adverb. Verb used is see and visit. Slowly and sadly we led him down. Slowly and sadly are the adverbs. Led, knew, only led is the verb. Ninth, I knew him well and every truant knew. Well is the adverb. Knew is the verb. I wandered lonely as a cloud. Lonely is an adverb and wandered is a verb. Next, Suresh does his work regularly. Regularly is the adverb. Does is the verb. There lies the port. There is the adverb. Lies is the verb. Next activity. Solve this crossword with the help of the clues given below. The words are all adverbs. First one, you should do your homework regularly. 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 The thief ran so dash that we could not catch him. What will come in the second place? Fluently. Fluently. F-L-U-E-N-T-L-Y, fluently. Come, fourth one, come in and sit here, H-E-R-E, here, H-E-R-E, here. Sixth one, we reached the station dash, so we missed the train. What will come? Late, L-A-T-E, late. Across wound, okay. Second one, he can speak 4 language. Fast, F-A-S-T, fast, okay. Third and fifth, get dash, he said, get out, O-U-T, out, he said. What will come here? Angrily, A-N-G-R-I-L-Y, A-N-G-R-I-L-Y, angrily. I have been waiting for Mr. Raman for 2 hours. He has not arrived yet, Y-E-T, yet. Okay, children. Next, comparison of adverbs. Some adverbs like adjectives have 3 degrees of comparison: positive, comparative and superlative. Here are some rules of formation of comparative and superlative degrees of adverb. If the adverb is of one syllable, we form the comparative degree by adding er, and the superlative degree by adding est to the positive. See the table below. Hard, harder, hardest; long, longer, longest; soon, sooner, soonest; near, nearest, nearest. Next, adverb ending in ly form the comparative degree by adding more, and the superlative degree by adding most, as neatly, more neatly, most neatly; swiftly, more swiftly, most swiftly. Example: the crow flies swiftly, the hawk flies more swiftly than the crow, pigeons fly more swiftly of all birds. A few adverbs are compared irregularly: well, better, best; bad, worse, worst; much, more, most; little, less, least; late, later; latest, last; far, farther, farthest. Example: Rama writes well, Arjun writes better than Rama, Harry writes best of all. Some adverbs cannot be compared: thus, now, then, here, there, there, once, twice, very; almost, half, not, consequently. Exercise 2. Give the 3 degrees of comparison of the following adverbs. First one, what will come? Good, better, best; least, little, less, least; often, more often, most often; long, longer, longest; last, late, later, last; cleverly, more cleverly, most cleverly. Formation of adverbs from adjectives. A great many adverbs are formed from adjectives by adding ly, sometimes with a slightly change, as kind, kindly; swift, swiftly; clever, cleverly; brave, bravely; nice, nicely; heavy, heavily; happy, happily; true, truly; noble, nobly. Some adverbs have the same form as the corresponding adjective. See the table below. Adverbs and adjective. It is raining hard. It is a hard sun. May you live long. It is a long road. I little expected this. I have little money. Come early. Come by an early train. I have walked for. I come from a far country. Don't talk so loud. He spoke in a loud voice. Rahul can blow fast. Rahul is a fast bowler. Exercise 3. Form adverbs from the following adjectives and use each one in one sentence. So the sentences I am giving you, I am showing you in this notebook. You are going to complete this in your notebook. Okay, so exercise 3 and exercise 4 do in copy. Okay, do in copy. First one, the doctor visits frequently. Usually she comes to school by bus. She works carelessly. He was lazy farmer. He rightly said so. My friend was waiting eagerly. She solved the puzzle easily. She wore the dress beautifully. She answered the question wrongly. Exercise 4. Use the following words in your own sentence, once as adverb and once as adjective. So, first as adverb, fast. He is a fast runner. Adjective, he ran fast to catch the bus. Where ad is written, it is for adverb, and adj is written, that is adjective. Second, next. The next person is the quick was a friend of mine. Q-U-E-U-E. Okay. After that, second, we have run adverb, now the adjective. I will come next after you. Third, much. I do not have much work left. Adjective, I did not travel much. Fourth one, near. The nearest place to visit is a park. Adjective, he stays near me. Quick. A quick reaction was expected from students. Adjective, she ate her sandwich quickly and asked for mine. Adverb, slow. A slow change was noticed. Adjective, everything changed slowly. Seventh, right adverb. Choose the right path. Adjective, you rightly said that he had no business to poke his nose. Adverb 8 only. I am the only daughter of my parents. Adverb, I only hope we can finish this in time. Ninth, enough adverb. There is enough food in the refrigerator. Adjective, I did enough for the company. Okay. Next, position of adverb. An adverb which modifies an adjective or another adverb is also placed immediately before the word it modifies. Example, the load is very heavy for a horse. The child is too young for school. Rama is rather a lazy boy. You walk too quickly. He struck the horse most cruelly. He spoke quite angrily. Do not speak so fast. The adverb enough is the only expectation to this rule, for it is always placed after the word which it modifies. Example, this is a house large enough for our purpose. Speak loud enough to be heard. This is no hard and fast rule as to expect position of the adverb which modifies a verb in a simple sentence. Now, note however that an adverb should generally be placed as near as possible to the heart which is modified. Example, he walked fast. He never speaks to anyone. He performed his duty creditably. I feel this insult nearly. I know I could easily find it out. I shall certainly miss him. I have seldom seen such a thing. I shall be utterly undone. When an adverb modifies a sentence, it is usually placed in the beginning of the sentence. Example, fortunately he was not hurt. Unfortunately, he thinks too highly of himself. Certainly you are wrong. The word only is frequently misplaced. It should be placed immediately before the word it modifies. Note how the meaning of the sentence is changed in the position of to the adverb. Only he lent me a book, that is he and nobody else. He only lent me a book, that is he lent it, he did not give it away. He lent only me a book, that is he lent a book to me and to nobody else. He lent me only a book, that is merely a book and nothing else. Exercise 5. Put the adverb in the correct place in the following sentence. The two brothers are alike. So what will come here, children? The two brothers are nearly alike. He has promised to pay faithfully. Third one, there was 3 or 4 boys late. There were only 3 or 4 boys late. I did not want to come. I did not really. I came to return a book. I came merely to return a book. We can succeed by hard work. He, sixth one, he often merely, we can only succeed by hard work. Seventh, we should speak ill of the dead. We should never speak ill of the dead. He invited me to visit him. He often invited me to visit him. I am determined to yield this point. I am never determined to yield this point. He charged a rupee. He charged only a rupee. Diwali comes once a year. Diwali comes only once a year. I have thought of marrying. I have often thought of marrying. Now, chapter number 13, prepositions. As you know, prepositions are words used to show relation. They generally show relation of a place and time, as in the box is on the table, he arrived there before me. A noun or a pronoun. The noun or a pronoun which follows a preposition is the objective case and is said to be governed by the preposition. Use of in and out. In, at, on. We use in with a place when we think of it as an area. We use at when we see it as a point of journey. Example, we stayed in Mumbai for 3 days. How long have you lived in this village? We use in with the name of the street and at when we give the house number. They live in Razaz Street. They lived at 72 Razaz Street. And so on, the use of on and all you can see on page number 82. Next, use of since for. Note the use of since and for in the present tense. Since is used with the point of time and for is used with the period of time. Since 9 o'clock, since last week, since 2002, for 2 hours, for a fortnight, for 4 years, for a long. I know him since 2004 for 5 years. Till is used for time and to be used for place. You can see the examples on page number 82. Next, use of by and for. Carefully note the relations indicated by the preposition by for in the following sentences. Only some 5-4 I am going to read for you. Come and sit by me. The procession went by our house. He travelled both by train and by bus. Next, he sailed for England yesterday. He laboured for the good of humanity. He died for his king and country. How prepositions govern nouns and pronouns. Prepositions govern nouns and pronouns in the objective case as the teacher spoke to him. Nouns do not have a special form of the objective case, but nouns have examples. I gave it to the man gave it to me. Okay, next. In these two sentences, we see the pronoun changes to me, but the noun man does not change its form with the change of case. Now, in the following sentences, we see a preposition governing a pronoun and make it to the objective form. You should go and with Hari and me, not I. It makes no difference to either you or him, not he. Fill in the blanks with the correct pronoun. Exercise 1. There is not much difference in age between Saurabh and him. He has no friend but me. Wait for Sita and me. It makes no difference to you or me. Between you and he is losing his mind. He took a photograph of we boys playing cricket. Position of prepositions. The preposition is usually placed before the noun or a pronoun it governs, but it is frequently placed at the end of the sentence, which the relative pronoun is omitted, as the boy, that is the boy I was speaking of, whom I was speaking of. In interrogative sentences, the preposition is often placed at the end as what are you talking about, what is this made up of, what are you looking at, where are you going, who are you looking for. The preposition is also placed at the end when emphasis is required, as such conduct I am at a loss to count for. Notice the prepositions are sometimes joined to verb and made part of them to change their meaning or to make intransitive verb or transitive. Uphold, outbid, withdraw, withstand, overcome, overflow, laugh at, boost off, look for. Adverbs of position. Note these sentences. The rocket went up, the little boy climbed up the ladder. In the first sentence, the word up adds something to the meaning of the verb go. It is therefore an adverb notifying the verb go. In the second sentence, the word up shows the relationship between the climbing of the little boy and the ladder. It is therefore a preposition governing the noun ladder. Now observe the following pairs of sentences. You will See that how many words which are prepositions where they are used with a noun or pronoun, and the adverbs they are modified with the word the sentence. There are thieves about me, adverb. We often talk about you, preposition. I have heard that before, adverb. He arrived there a few minutes before, prepositions, and so on. Now exercise 2. Use each of the following word which are prepositions and then as an adverb. So here I am going to show you the sentences. Okay, you are going to write in your notebook. This exercise you are going to do in copy. Okay, first one, off. A lot of responsibilities are off my shoulders now. It is a preposition. Where I am written P, it is for preposition, A for adverb. Okay, he waved and drove off. From, I walked a long way from home. Where do you come from? She lived down the lane. She lay down and fell asleep. Without, I can't sleep without my glasses. If there's none left, we will have to do without. Below, temperature goes below the freezing point in the Ladakh. She below for references. Above, she went above and beyond to please her boss. The part of the plant above the ground in the chute. Inside, there is a cafeteria inside the hotel. I have feeling inside that you love me a lot. Over, the cat jumped over the fence and escaped. She read the lines over and over again. Behind, we are right behind you. I left my hat behind at work. Between, the conversation between the husband and the wife ended in a fight. We have 2 periods of study with a short break between. Across, there is a shopping mall across the road. The road was so busy that we found it difficult to get across. By, they are sitting by the fire. I walked by. On, there are several interesting posters on the wall. He went on with his speech. Outside the hotel was a cafeteria. He went outside in the rain. About, what is this book about? He is somewhere about. So this exercise you are going to complete in your notebook. I have already given you the answers in my notebook. Okay, next, exercise 3. You are going to write the answers for exercise 3. Okay children, now add a suitable preposition to complete each of the following sentence. My friend lives in that road. Do not laugh at me. They are always kind to children. He is fond of play. He was guilty of theft. His version is difficult from yours. There is a garden in the house. He lives with his father. The child was pleased with the gift. He is worthy of reward. So children, we have completed chapter number 13 and 12. You have to complete your work in textbook on page 86, and this exercise you are going to complete in your notebook. The answers I have already given you. Exercise 1 also you are going to do in your textbook only on page 84, and chapter 12 on page 80, exercise 5 you are going to complete, and in notebook you are going to do exercise 3 and 4 on page number 79. The answers I have already given you on 78 page number. Exercise 2 you have to do in book, and 75 you are going to complete the work in the activity or in the book only, and on page number 74 also you are going to complete in the book only. So complete your work on time in book and notebook both. Okay children, thank you.